right? Fellow founders, you are all welcome. And we have come a long way. History is just about to be made. Guys, a couple of months ago, I interviewed one of ours. He's called Engineer Michael Ojong Tambia, who is in Canada. He said to me that on passive is a pregnant woman carrying more than 50 babies. And so her babies were going to take a bit more than any other one to be due. And right now, as I speak, we all know that this super mama on passive of ours is in the delivery room, and her babies as soon, of course, soon and very soon, they are going to be born. And these children, these babies of ours, will become a household name around the globe forever and ever. And right now, as I speak, guys, words cannot explain what I saw on Thursday. Reason for which, with us in the house now, we have our seasoned IT engineers like Oliver, like Collins. We have our superstar, my best friend and role model, Jeffrey Morlock, who is one of our powerful finest leadership council members. And of course, behind such powerful men, there is always a mother, there is a woman, none else but our own Queen of Africa, Marina Favit. And on this note, I acknowledge the presence of every leader in the house. Thank you for all you are doing. And guys, I will just unmute you, Collins, no, brother Jeffrey, Marina, and Collins and Oliver to just say hi for 30 seconds each, after which I will give room to Brother Oliver to give us a quick review of what all stuff is about, and then we will open room for question and answer. Jeffrey, you must go first, please. Welcome.
Oh, well, thank you so very, very much. I'll tell you, comfort. By the way, I've got to say, I loved that interview that you did with Michael. I even put it on my YouTube.
Oh,
Beautiful, beautiful piece of work. Just very inspiring and just in your face, kind of in a plain way without the hype. So life is good. I'm very excited to be here. I tell you, I haven't seen some of these faces in a while, and it is good to see all of you. It's good to see the smiles. It was beautiful yesterday being on that website. Man, I was pumped up. I kept having to get in on and try to see what they were doing and see what kind of features they were and really listen to them, And I was just, man, everybody that was talking, and I was just like, wow, yeah, I agree, I agree, I agree. Host
all right.
staff is going to be something phenomenal. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm just like you guys are. I'm just somebody that's following this, trying to be patient, trying to be good, trying to learn, trying to motivate and inspire, and to be part of something that we know is huge. So God bless all of you. If I can help any of you, let me know. Thank you.
Of course, sure. We'll need you just after Brother Oliver does his presentation. Over to you, Brother Oliver. 2 seconds to say hi to our lovely fellow founders. You need to unmute yourself, please.
Well, I'm sorry. Hey, this is Oliver. I'm calling from Maryland, Baltimore, in the United States, and I'm
Right.
fire up. I'm ready to give you people some of the material and what my own staff is all about. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Collins. 2 seconds.
Yeah, so I'm Collins Mana again from United Kingdom in Milton Keynes. So we are just here to help everyone. We are just servants to serve everyone here.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thanks for all you do. And of course, the mother in the house, the queen of Africa. Let's just hear a word of hello from you, and so we can kick off. Thank you.
Thanks, Comfort. Hello, Africa. Hello, world. This is a very exciting presentation today because we want to learn about these products, and OStaff seems to be one of those key products that's going to market. Really, really exciting time, and I am personally looking forward to learn so much. On Passive is a place where leaders are born and our lives are changing before us. Just look forward to the journey. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Brother Oliver. Before you start, I please, our brother Borilla, John Borilla, was raising his hand. I think he wants to say hi. Can you unmute yourself, please? I give you 20 seconds. Thank you.
I do want to say hi, but I was just saying hi like that. But anyway, hi everybody.
All right, thanks.
I'm very happy to be here today too. I'm on my way to a few webinars today. I think I'm making my rounds, so stopping here, and I'm just happy to be here, and I want to see what we have today. So I can't wait for the presentation.
Right, we are so blessed having you here. So, Brother Oliver, you can now take it away, bro. Go.
Yeah, hi everybody. Let me share my screen. Let me start by sharing my screens to go. I always want us to go to the website, and we'll start from our website. Can you people see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you very much. So this is our website. That when you go there, you see you see our products. Let me go to old stuff. That is the product that we want to talk about today. You know, yeah, old stuff is an automated. It automate your organization, administrative, and recruiting process. It's an HR tool that all the managers, the director, the CEOs, and the president and the board members, all of them will buy into our old stuff. So I will encourage everybody to just go there, look into it, try to review it, especially here. Come down here, the futures. You have all the futures here that you see: recruiting, leave management, payroll. Then also here, it is very important also for people to come here for Q&A. They, familiarize yourself with it, ask all these questions. There are a lot of questions there and answer. When you click, you go to each, there is a question and the answer is there at the bottom. So please go there, familiarize yourself with it. It's an important tool. Then after that, now on that, as of that Thursday, it went public. Can you please see my screen?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good. So now it's in YouTube. What does that tell you? It's in YouTube. What does that tell you? Marketing campaign has started. So for my own view, our CEO, he wants to tease, he wants to like make the world to understand that we are coming. So this is it here. This is the YouTube. That the tech guys, they demonstrated it to us that day. So I like this part because this part shows you. Let me pause. That part there shows you all the other tools that are within all staff, that are within all staff. So that's why I wanted to show this. I wanted to show this part here for us to see that when you click on this button up here, it brings you now to all the other products that are integrated into all staff. That is wonderful. And all staff came with 3 different parts: the system admin section, the employee section, and the manager section. All staff, like I started saying before, my sister Marina called me that, please, Oliver, wait. Where I work, I saw 5 different HR applications or products that we are using. One for leave when I want to put in for my vacation, one for clock in, one for appraisal, name it. So we have 5 that I have to minimize this one, log in this one, but I saw all the 5 in all staff. You have voice search, you have background texting, you have certification, you have all connect is also going to be integrated into it. That, or what does that tell you? That employees will go there, do their trainings the way they want. Another one is what? Biometrics. In the United States where I live, if you want to have a job, they will send you to go and do biometrics in another location, maybe the government or the state location. But now HR, with our tool, HR, you will be able to do it within your company. We have that tool in there also. Come again, you have the appraisal section. That is what pleased me, because as an IT executive, I do appraise all my employees. It's click. And for employee also, is user friendly for the employees within any organization. Is user friendly. They'll also click, put in their vacation. They will not minimize this or close this application to go to this other application. No, Then again, the facial recognition. When you come into the building, already it has clocked you in immediately. Here in the night where I work, you have to do that by yourself. Then the other beautiful thing that is there that most CEO don't like is unlimited. It's unlimited. There's no licenses. What do I mean by licenses? Licenses, let's say your company, you have 1,000 employees. They will say 50 employees, you that will use this application, the company will pay this amount of money, then pay subscription fee. But with our tool, all staff, it's a flat rate, unlimited. There's nothing like that. This amount of employees, the company will pay this amount of, no. Then another interesting thing that is there also for the managers to manage. You can manage your employees from any location. You have a dashboard. On that dashboard, there's everything there for the manager to manage. Their employee, their time, their employee, to appraise their employee. Everything is on that. Dashboard. Come again, one other thing that really pleases me, that they can use it in any country on this planet Earth. They'll customize it. Our guys in Hyderabad will customize it according to that company and according to the location or the country that our product is our product is going. Like the country policies, the country currency, the country taxes. How beautiful can that be? How beautiful can that be? With all these features that I can see in all staff, with all these features that I can see in all staff. Tell me why their honeymoon, all those other companies, their honeymoon is not going to be over, and they are all on life support. I will say that authoritatively, because everything, CCTV, that's the other one that make me to go mad. They have CCTV. A CEO, let's say the president CEO of Toyota, he or she will be in he or she's office in Japan, and he will say, okay, let me look at the CEO of Toyota United States. He will just go to that dashboard, and he will see his CEO sitting inside his office in the 12th floor or the 6th floor, how they work live. He will go to the other to the manufacturing factory. He will see how all the employees are working. Tell me there is no company. There is no company that has all those features in HR. Everything combined in all staff. All staff is that product that, like I said on Thursday, that most CEO will refer all staff to their other CEOs. So it's going to lessen the work for our marketing campaign, to the traffic, because everybody will want to use it. A company with 50 employees we can use it. A company with 10 employees can use it. A company with 1 million employees, unlimited, can use it also. So like I talk about fingerprint for background check also. They can also do their fingerprint in that office. If you are for newly hired, they'll do their fingerprint there. You will not go somewhere else that the company will pay money for that employee to go do it there. They'll give you a slip. No, everything is combined in that office for newly hired. So just look at all these features. Look at all these features. Go now to that tab this tab that I showed here. Look at O Connect is in there. So most companies will not use Zoom. Again, most companies will not use Microsoft Teams. Again, they will use our O Connect. Come again, look at our O-mail. Our O-mail is there. A customized O-mail is in there. So why do you want to go and take another one? Look at O-Pay. Look at O-Chat. Our O-Chat is what? It's both voice and text. How beautiful can that be? They are all integrated into all staff. Look at our O-Post, bulk mailing. All the companies, they want to get it. Look at O counting is there. Look at again O wallet. Everything is in O staff. O staff is super mongoose. It is a bulldozer that, like I say, it is a bulldozer that is going to crush all these other applications that are out there. That's why I'm saying that they are all on life support. And like the CEO said that their honeymoon is coming to an end. Yes, their honeymoon is coming to an end. I think I'll leave it there for questions and answer. And when we'll have it in our back office, also then maybe we'll come out for more tutorials on that. Back to Comfort. Thank you.
All right. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, brother Oliver. That, I mean, it's massive, right? Some of us just want to listen to you as many times as we can, because it's going to take a bit more time for us to digest it, but I think it's digestible because it's so sweet and juicy. Thank you. So please, if before we open the room for questions, can you? I just want to beg for the privilege to ask a few questions first, then before I let others come in, please. So Oliver says that this is a kind of a automated human resource management, right? And all of the things that we have seen. I just wish to know, what exactly are the companies, the particular companies, what class, I don't know how to put it, of companies or businesses are eligible to use all staff? Is it large scale businesses? Is it for government, or what organizations is it open for? Jeffrey, if you can help answer that, please.
Absolutely. Oh man, I got goosebumps just thinking about that, because you know what? A long time ago, we were talking to some pretty big, dare I say, MLM companies that have in excess of, and I'm not naming names, but I'm just letting you know, we've talked to them a year and a half ago, letting them know that this was coming out. And these companies have better than 1 million in their affiliates. O-Staff is going to be a no-brainer for them. O-Staff is going to be something that will connect them worldwide. So whether you've got a mom and pop down the street that's making T-shirts or selling mugs, or you've got somebody big, I don't know, take what's a good, Mary Kay Cosmetics with 1.5 million people in it. They can also sign up, and immediately they can have every one of their affiliates, every one of the people associated with them brought right in. And that's 1.5 million added membership to the on-passive membership. And this is the type of beautiful things we're talking about, because it can be used by government, it can be used by hospitals and medical institutions, it can be used in academia, in universities. This thing is not going to be limited by size. And the beauty of it is, again, with Mr. Mufara's theme throughout on passive, it's unlimited. So they're not going to have to pay, oh, well, we've got a company of 500 people and we grew to 800 and now we got to pay more. One size fits all. It's one low monthly cost. It's beautiful. So whether you've got 5 or 5,000 or 5 million employees, it's usable through O-Staff, and that gives them the gateway to everything else that is on passive.
Wow.
Does that work?
Yeah, sure, it does. Thank you so much. Yeah, so apart from that, if we watch, I saw this too. The Ash said, "Do you want to see something?" We said yes, and he clicked on that little waffle where the other products popped up, like All Connect, All Staff, All something, and so on. I wish to know from the team, Brother Collins, if you would like to chip in. Does the complete functioning of All Staff depend on those other products, or what is the relationship between All Staff and those ones?
Yeah, so thank you, Sister Comfort. Yeah, all of those products we saw, they are all integrated into O-Staff. So, again, as we said, O-Staff is a monster. I think last time I had the discussion with Brother Oliver, it's about 7 or 8 different products and 8 different functional products put in one to form a portfolio. So I call it a portfolio, not a product. So all of the add-ons you see around. So sometimes you want to buy something with Microsoft, they always show you add-ons. So for instance, if you're using O-Staff, we have payroll. In the company I work for, payroll is integrated with the financial department. It's another software. But remember, we have accounting, that is for finance. So accounting will be integrated. So for instance, if you come and you said one O-Staff, they'll tell you, you can use this to have a complete business. You don't have O-Staff without having accounting. Accounting is there to calculate, it's there for taxation, something like that. You have the other add-ons that you can use to have a complete business. So that's just the add-ons that you can have just for one price.
Wow. All right, Brother Oliver, would you like to add something to that at all, to what Brother Collins just said? Before I finally leave open room, I don't know whether I have another question. I just wanted to clear my side so that I leave room for please. Kindly bear with me. I'm also excited. I want to know too.
Yeah, like Brother Connie just said that All staff, there are two main important things that when you look at all staff, the integration and the automation. Those are the two main things. Integration and the automated. There's no company the only people that have tried this, I don't like calling names, Microsoft with 365, but you cannot work with them simultaneously like you can work with all staff or any of our product, that because they're all integrated. And what our CEO has done with all staff, they've used all the features of AI, of artificial intelligence, to build all our products. Because you will not minimize this to go into this. Once you are in all staff, you can navigate wherever you want to navigate and go there and go there. That is the beauty of our all staff. And then again, there's one thing that we did not realize, and the CEOs told us this one time: API. All our products, or as Brother Colin calls it, portfolio, they are all. They can use API. API is an application programming interface that they use. That, let's say you want to use you come and buy any of our product, all staff in particular. Then you have another product. Let's say Oracle PeopleSoft. Let's say what UKG, any other application out there. We have inbuilt API in there. You can easily connect it. Not like Apple, where when you buy Apple product, you cannot use any other application to use it, because that system they built that system with what? With Unix and Linux application, and the application is being built by Unix and Linux. So operating system. But with OnPassive, everything is inbuilt inside. That is why we are ahead of technology. OnPassive is ahead of technology. We build technology from scratch. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. One last one. Yes, please.
Comfort.
Yeah,
I think you're going to leave this question, but I love what these two guys the picture he painted. I do want to add just one thing just kind of expand that out a bit. And that's to remember that even though that with and through OStaff, in the miracle of all this technology that we've got, and you can click the waffle and open that all up, it's you're able to access the other products. You're able to integrate with they are integrated to work seamlessly. But each and every product we've got is also a standalone. So you can do what we say, take it or leave it. And I love what Oliver was saying, because he touched on something that's very important that probably somebody in, Oliver and Anthony's tech fields would only know. And that's that when you've got things that are made with Linux or any proprietary software, like Apple has their own, and you have different types of technologies that allow different coding, different programs. That sets up the entire system that you're working on for proprietary access. What Ash has done with the entirety of OnPassive is open this up so that we're no longer stifled by going out and trying to use our products on any other platform out there, because through the accessibility and internet, and because of the way his products are coded, they work across other platforms. So there's not an issue about that. So I just wanted to try to bring that up too. And guys,
all right,
I love when they get in with the technology. It's great. Thank you.
I love thank you so much. Is Marina on seat, please? I can only see her picture, but I want to be sure. Are you there, please? All right, guys. All right, perfect. Stay where you are now. I'm taking this back home, guys. Don't get me wrong. I most of the time I like to use the examples that I really know. OnPassive is the correction to the corruption. We have seen it. We witnessed all staff, and we saw all of it. And this sounds like the end of that era where back home people come to their offices, take off their coat and put on their chair and go until it's 5 p.m. They come on and sign out, because it will not happen like that again. Do you think this product is going to be bought in Africa? Because we are on this massive campaign. I want you to say this so that I ask the leaders in the house to give us the information. We want to educate our continent on how to get here and get integrated so that we can move on with the whole rest of the world. Do you think this product would be highly welcome given the rate of corruption back home?
Absolutely. You know, we all know that the African continent is by far the worst run by governments, unfortunately. But as far as South Africa, for example, we've got a lot of corporate companies, you know, overseas investors, they come into South Africa to set up shop. And there's a very small handful of products that they would go for. And the rollout depends on the size of the company, can take 18 months, 12 months, 8 months, you know, like really a minimum of about 6 months if it's a small company. And so I'm quite excited to see, you know, looking at what we've seen with our staff, you know, the fingerprint in this country, going for fingerprints, it's a nightmare because it's government departments you need to deal with. You got to go to the police station, you got to get all this, you know, it's piles and piles of paperwork to get this done. So just that on its own is huge. It's huge. The CCTV is incredible. Now, when you've got a CEO or a director or whatever that lives abroad and runs a company, this is amazing. You know, you can literally live the laptop lifestyle now, even if you have a brick and mortar business. Which that just came to me now. I just realized when you were talking about that, that's going to enable our directors to travel a lot more with peace of mind, knowing that they can still have eyes on what's happening in the workforce. So it's I know nothing about this space. I know how long it takes because we were part of it in the business that we were in. With the SAP, for example, SAP rollout. And it's a huge, you know, you need project managers and program managers and departments to literally teach and train every single department and, you know, head of department, I should say, and their staff. So I'm very, very keen to see how this more simplified on passive staff is going to be to implement into the corporate, and not just corporates, you know, the small business as well. Yep. Everything that we have, when I try to do my little business, you've got to download a Nana and then a CRM, and some of them are free packages and others you got to pay. And you just, you know, you can't just go to one place and say, okay, I'm going to do everything from here. For example, if I'm wanting to make phone calls, I'm going to need to open this program. Then I'm wanting to input the information, I'm going to have to open that. So to have everything in one is incredible, to keep all your data in one place. Fantastic. Very, very exciting.
Okay, let's go to Nigeria.
Let me add something.
Bro,
Okay.
I was going to come back to you, but we want to hear from Nigeria. Sister Fumi, just kindly unmute yourself and tell us, what would you be telling Dangote about Unpassive, and do you think he will receive it? This is message to our brothers and sisters who are at home. Everything you say here, we are teaching them what to tell our people back home about this business. So
I believe I don't know Dangote personally, but I believe I was going to pitch this to Dangote for him to buy it. I need to be telling him of all the attributes and features that this particular product is going to actually save him and save him money, and also help his revenue to go to increase. That's true. And then tell him about how the issues of monitoring the staff in various branches of his company all over the states of Nigeria will be beneficial for him to have this product, for him to be able to monitor the whole of that. Because in Nigeria, when you have so many branches of companies, it's a very difficult thing for you to monitor extensively, especially what is happening. And then in a case where you have ghost workers as well, not only for Dangote, but for the government, if they are going to implement it, we get someone that is going to buy the product and actually implement it. It solves the issues of ghost workers. The days of paper will go. because then that way, if you come in to a government establishment, whether you're working in the secretariat, whether you're working whatever arm of the government that you're working in, you clock yourself in, because face recognition would have picked you in walking into the office and pick you when you're going out of the office, and the time that which you came in and the time you went out. So it's going to be really beneficial so far the companies and the countries are buying into it, whether the government or individual public or private companies are buying into it. It's a top-notch product.
All right. I was going to ask Brother Frank for us to hear from Ghana before I go back to the leaders. He has disappeared. Naomi, are you motivated to tell us what you will be telling the Ghanaian government about this product?
Hi, hello, everybody. As Sister Fumi just said, you know, we have a lot of ghost workers. I'm in Ghana in the ministries per se, you know, and some they come to work in Africa, in Ghana per se. Some start work around 10 a.m. and leaves by 2 p.m. So I think with all staff, it's going to help the government. That is if they will implement this. But I think most of the private companies would like to take this. Like I said, I put the all staff poster as my status this morning, and my boss just watched it, you know, so I could see that she's quite interested. So this is what we are going to do as well. We are just going to tell them that all staff is one of the powerful tools that will solve all HR solutions. So we hope and we pray that our people will take it, and let's see what happens. Thank you, Mr. Comfort.
Thank you so much, brother Oliver. You can now just take a deep breath and get a.
Yeah, I wanted to just also mention about the clock in that you said back in Africa, employees will come and remove their suit, put them in the back seat, then go out. You'll come and think that they are in, but they're out the whole day. This is going to be what is going to hit them hard. It's going to hit them hard because now the system manages your time, because we are facial recognition. When you walk into the building, they know that you are in already. When you walk out, they know that you are in already. So there's no way that you will be able to come and put your jacket behind your seat and you leave, because when you leave, they know that you're out. You know, so you have to put in that 8 hours or 9 hours. Then it has that automated deduction also. So if you leave the office 1 hour before time, by the end of the week, if you were supposed to put in 40 hours, you go to your time sheet online on all staff. It will tell you, hey, you have the 36 hours, you need 4 more hours to put in. You will decide either to work longer hours or you come back on Saturday or Sunday to, you know. So this is going to hit hard, not only in Africa, but all over the world. Those who like to play tricks with hours to manipulate time, you will not be able to do that anymore. That is where the corruption on passive is for the corruption or what? Please, Jeffrey, can you help me on that also?
Correction to the corruption. Let me take my microphone back now.
Oh yeah, I'm dying to jump in here.
I know. Go ahead. There's no way you could go free, Jeffrey. I want to hear
Jeffrey,
from
go ahead, man. Let me give it to you.
Wait, I want to hear from Jeffrey, John Borilla, and Elenat, because this is information time, education time, right? We have people here whose governments are suffering these things we are saying, and we are about to change the corruption, to correct the corruption. It takes educating ourselves and empowering ourselves to know what we want to take out to these people. And if you listened to Sister Fumi and Naomi, they said everything and ended up like, if they will implement it, because they think that it's impossible for this system to penetrate Africa. So, Jeffrey, John Borilla and Elenat, what message, what information, even Nadine said, if and only if the government in Africa will implement this, right? But we want them to do it. What reason we will give them? What education do we give them to say, no, it's good to move along with time and this is the right way to go? I would say, Elenat, you go first, and then John Borilla comes on, and then Jeffrey, you crown it. Thank you. Elenat, are you there? Unmute yourself, please. Let me ask her to unmute.
Thank you. I'm sorry. First of all, I have to say, Sister Comfort, thank you so much for the opportunity. As much as I was very excited to listen to Ash, I couldn't stop thinking about when is going to be the next meeting with Oliver and Collins. I was looking, I think, every few hours for this message, and this is what I look like when I wake up at 6:30 in the morning to meet you guys, so excuse me.
You look beautiful like that. Just excellent.
It's hard to recognize me without makeup, but that's okay. Yeah, I know you'll forgive me. I'm just so fired up. I don't even know where to start. I wish for the big organizations and for the governments that their employees will continue to work with them, because some that will understand the power within OnPassive may not continue to work there. But this is amazing. I just want to say, you've mentioned Oliver, Microsoft. Well, some key players in Microsoft are founders here, and they're going to bring some amazing other connections as well. And I just can't wait. And you've mentioned, when you mentioned Apple, my blood started going up to blow my mind. As a mom, I have kids in school, and those who have kids in the school system know how Apple has been very generous in giving the whiteboards, therefore forcing us parents purchasing computers, laptops that will be Apple, of course, to be compatible with what they teach in school. Yes, that made me very, very upset, and somewhat antagonistic towards that company. I don't even know where to start. There's so much in here. There's for everyone, really. For the small employee, for the huge organizations, be much more efficient, have more money on your hands to really do the good things, make sure that stuff is, these huge organizations, they run such huge budgets. There's so much money that's wasted that needs to get to the right places. And I want to believe that efficiency is the name of the game here, that these organizations will be able to really get to the core of management and in being much more impactful about what they need to do, and just bring much more prosperity to all the countries. Really, staff blows my mind. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. And Comfort, I want to thank you so much for that interview that you invited me for the beginning of last week. I had such a great time with you. You're amazing, and thank you. You're doing a great job running the show here. And just the integration and the possibilities in our staff. And this is just the beginning. We didn't even start yet. I'm just fired up. I don't even know where to start from. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. So now let's hear from John Borilla. We all know how bad corruption is, and we just want you to put it in the most simple terms. How together, if we partner with OnPassive using platforms like OSTAF, we can as a team stop corruption, or at least combat it to some greater extent. Unmute yourself, please.
There we go. Well, thanks for calling on me, but I'm thinking to myself, my goodness, what a huge question, a huge topic that is for someone like me to try to attempt to answer. But so I would just say, I want to hear from Jeffrey, because I know he'll have something to say. But I think that I just hope that our communication to aid us in correcting the corruption, our communication with all these huge companies and also the governments that we have to communicate with, that's just a mind-blowing, concept that we're actually able to have a great influence on governments and countries and these huge major corporations and companies. And I certainly, when I think about correcting the corruption, it's just, this is way beyond me being able to put that into some simple terms. I would have no idea how this is happening, but it's amazing that our company is out there and having communication with all of these companies, and staff, the things that it's able to do is certainly going to contribute to correcting the corruption, because it's probably going to be used out there by all of these various countries and governments, and also, like we're mentioning, these like Microsoft and all these companies. It's just beyond anything that I can say that's really going to be concise or makes any sense. But let's go to Jeffrey and see what he has to say.
Thank you so much. Over to you, Jeffrey.
Wow. I'll tell you what, yeah, this is some of the things that I was seeing yesterday, and that's why I was just like always grinning and clapping and just loving life. Because you know what? First of all, I think we need to let's pull in the reins a little bit. Let's back up just a little bit, because we want people that are listening to this to understand that when we talk about, when OnPassive mentions or the founders mention, right, the quote unquote, we are correction to the corruption. We are not referring to governments. We're not referring to huge managerial, regulatory commissions, anything like that per se, although there could be corruption in those. What we are referring to is exactly what has just been mentioned here. We're talking about the corruption where, you know what? I was talking with a young lady yesterday in healthcare. She's a manager, and she says, you know what? I see these people that come in at 20 minutes after 8 in the morning. They're supposed to be there at 8 o'clock. I see them clocking out a little early. And when I say clocking out, there is no time clock with them. You know, they don't have to sign in and sign out, but they leave the office 15 minutes early for lunch and come back 5 minutes late. You know, so in the course of one day, that employee can be gypping the company out of 20, 30, 40 minutes. Well, at the end of the month, the company just paid them several hours where they didn't work and weren't there. This is the kind of corruption, and this is the kind of stuff that we're referring to. And when you start looking at staff, oh baby, life is going to get good, because if you think about this, what we're talking about is having a very positive influence on the effects that companies are going to have concerning their resources, their financials, right? The human resource or human empowerment, the accommodations that the company makes. The way that we're going to have a positive effect on that is through exactly what we were just talking about. Things like the AI-based touchless attendance that was just talked about. Imagine when you walk past the screen and it goes boop, it takes your picture and says, bam, we got you logged in. Or you walk out that door and boop, we got you locked out. You're not going to be able to log in 10 minutes early and sit and do your nails, or look at whatever you look at, whatever men do. Maybe they go in there and shave. Who knows? I don't know what they do, but you're not going to be able to log in 10 minutes early or come back 20 minutes late. And that's part of what we're talking about. We're also talking about the things that like the predictive analysis. I mean, when you start using some of HR's predictive analysis stuff, staff has got this already in it, where they can accurately predict resource requirements, right, of roles based on historical data. Then you start talking efficiency. You start talking about really helping the company's bottom line and saving them tons and tons of not only time and effort, and saving them the skills that other people work with resource management, but now you're talking about building a fundamental efficiency to the system that is just going to grow with everything else that they have. So, I mean, I can keep going, but
yeah, sure. Thank you.
It's huge.
It is. Thank you so much, Jeffrey. Guys, I really do apologize for hogging the stage today. I promise and I hope I don't do this again next time. So let's hear from our fellow founders in the house. Ahmed, Raza, Khan. Can you please unmute yourself? Let's hear what you have to say all the way from Pakistan, please. Welcome. Ahmed Raza Khan. Can you unmute yourself, please? Correct.
Hello, everyone. I am Ahmed Raza Khan from Pakistan. I have been working since 18 years in a human resources department. Now I'm working as a head of HR. I want to ask you one question about O staff. And I have some confusion. When we use O staffs, so primary device, what will be? I mean, how we input the data for employees. If we use any input device like face recognition or thumb impression, like for attendance, basically attendance is the primary objective or data to initiate any payroll or staffing management. So I want to, you are the most familiar and leaders are there. So please brief me what kind of device we will be connected with this staff, OS staff. Thank you.
All right. Leaders, did you get him, please?
Yeah, let me start.
Yes, yes, please. Carry on.
Ahmed, all staff comes with its own domain. All staff, according to what our CEO told us, that it comes with its own domain and its own app. So when you come and buy all staff, they'll sell it to you with its own domain. So you will log in, your employees and now will log in into your domain account. For what if I can understand technically, I don't know, but this is just what is just in my mind. Since as an IT person, I know when you buy all stuff with that domain account, it will go, they'll install in your Active Directory. From your Active Directory now, all the HR, the system admin, the employee, they'll access it through your Active Directory. That's a repository, or data storage system where all applications are being stored. Then they can access it now from your Active Directory. I hope you understand me. If you're an HR person, you might understand me on that.
All right. Jeffrey, did you like to add something? Or Brother Collins, please.
I just want to add something from what Ahmed is saying. Remember, all our application is web application, right? It's web application, so it can be integrated to any server you have in your company. So it doesn't matter whatever data you have, the moment you integrate it to your company device, because all of us are working for various companies and we buy application online. For instance, we are using HR Bride, which is a human resource software. When we receive that software, what happened? We integrate it to our server. So whatever information we have, it is already integrated. I can go and log in using my name. What will happen? The system will just navigate straight to our server, bring back that information because it's my data. So when you think about web application, your data is still your data, but you're using the web to manage all the system, manage all your employee and everything. That is just data migration. That's it. You are not using anything. But again, when we come with our cloud services, you can decide to migrate your data to our cloud services and it will be stored there. But our applications are all web. So web application, there's nothing about data center because your data is still your data, but you just integrate it and use it in your company. If you understand that.
All right. I think Jeffrey seems to be happy with the responses. Jeffrey, what do you think? I saw you nodding and clapping. You're muted. All right. We need to do something about this. All right. Oops. I actually muted him myself now. I'm really sorry about that.
We're good. We're good. No, I love what he brought up. I love exactly what he just said because he was mentioning and talking about web applications. Now we may hear, I think it was like a year ago, maybe longer. In a webinar, excuse me, Mr. Bufara was talking about when we do even the mobile apps, or when we log on to our platform. He said you're not going to have to download any applications. You're not going to have to download any software. If you got an internet connection, you are in. And this is exactly what our friend just talked about. We're talking web applications. And because we're not proprietary in a sense like a lot of the other ones are, then we don't have to worry about anything like that, because as long as you've got access to the internet, because it is a web app and that is the medium through which we're doing all this, you're going to have the access and it's going to work with whatever else that you're working on. I mean, and there's a lot of them out there. There's Out Systems and Sonar Cube and QuickBase, and but we don't have to worry about any of that. Web apps, that was perfect. Thank you for saying that.
Thanks so much. Thanks. So, Ahmed, did that answer your question, please?
Yes, I got it very briefly. But I am still not cleared, because if like being an employee, if I entered my organization, so I use mostly every individual use a web-based application, I know, but how we recognize the timing in and timing out? Okay, this it's still not clear. Must be every application integrated with any device, so is it will be needed device or not? I just want to...
Let me clarify that, if I may take it.
Sure.
I said something about APIs, right? Application Programming Interface. Once you come to a company, because normally I used to do research for my company, when we want to buy new application, right? We had a lot of application that we've bought, and I did all the case study and then manage it and look at it and said, what will be the best price for us to use? And we go by it. So what you will have is, as Brother Oliver said, Application Programming Interface. The moment you agree with that company, your provider will give you access for you to integrate it to your company. That is API. Once you plug in, where all the products on pass here is plug in. You just need to plug it in, and what will happen? It will just bring all the data. The interface will just be just an interface, and everything will be there for you. So time management, you can manage your time. You can see all your stuff, your resources and everything, because already it's integrated to what you have. Your server you already have in your company. Because remember, every company have a server where you are storing your data. What you are doing is we're just giving you that access for you to plug it into your server, and everything will just pop up on the screen. Just search for any name, it will come up. You manage your time, you do whatever you want to do, and there you are good to go. So don't think about the technicality, just look at it as a plugin application. You need to just plug in and everything will just pop up.
All right. Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. That's really brilliant. Thank you, Collins. Ahmed, does that make more sense now, please? Meanwhile, I can't say anything from the technical perspective, but I recommend that you go back again and watch some of those videos, that the video that we had on Thursday and so on. I think it equally helps. I'm not trying to answer any question here, so thank you. All right. Thank you, Ahmed, for joining us, and would love to see you again next time. Frank, please, if you can unmute yourself and speak.
Thank you, Sister Comfort. I'm sorry I had to attend to the little one earlier when she barged in. Yes, we are talking about increasing efficiency and productivity here. So I don't see why any company, an institution or establishment like Ghana Education Service, Ghana Health Service, and even Vodafone Ghana, the company that I used to work with in Ghana, wouldn't buy in this. They just don't know this exists. And I believe when they get hold of this, they will love it. So that's my impression. Thank you.
All right, perfect. And we already count. I'm already seeing an ambassador of Unpassive to Ghana, because you are going to break it through and you already know your way around. Thank you so much. Okay, Nadine, please, if you can unmute yourself and speak. Nadine? Yes, you are unmuted now, please.
Okay, thank you. Hi, I'm Nadine and I'm from Canada. I actually started following up on the presentation on all staff the other day, but I kind of missed out on it because I had to rush and do something. I know Oliver talked about face recognition when you get into the office and all of that, but the way the world is now with hybrid or work from home and all of that, or work from anywhere in the world for a company. I know that many companies are trying to maximize their resources and then make sure that employees are doing the right thing or are actually working. Is there an application within all staff that kinds of manages the time of those who are like working from home? For example, me, I work from home. There are times that I wake up at 6 a.m., but normally I should be working as from 8 to 4, but I log in at 6 and nobody's really monitoring me, but I'm doing my job at that time if I'm unable to sleep. So if I don't know if I missed out something during the presentation with regards to
Yeah.
time management of employees. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Nadine. Thanks for coming. So, Brother Oliver, they called your name. Would you like to go first, please?
Okay, let me go first. I think our CEO is ahead of the game. I see our CEO is ahead of the game, so he will not he will not put an application that he knows that he knows people work from home. He knows people work from home. So immediately, at least when you work from home, you have your company laptop. Immediately you log in, they know that you are on seat. Let me take for example in the U.S. federal government that I know, most of the employees that they work with the U.S. federal government, they have a card like your bank card. You slot it in your machine. They know that now you've clocked in, you are in. Not only that, they give you their machine with a camera that is there, so they monitor you. So I think, and then our system is being built, is inbuilt with embedded with artificial intelligence. So when you turn and you make distraction, any bit of distraction, it captured you. If when you leave, you go to the bathroom, it knows that you are not there because you are not on seat, because the camera sees you as you walk. They can even track you. They can even track you by seeing what you are doing. So, so for that one, we are ahead of the technology. Yeah, baby girl. Thank you.
Thank you, bro. Collins, do you want to chip in?
Yeah, probably I've just said it all. We talk about time management. We have time management already, inbuilt time management. That's one of the things we have. That's one of the functionalities. Mm-hmm. And within time management, you can clog in. Clog in doesn't mean you must physically clog in. The moment you log onto that site, it clocks you in. The moment you go out, you log out, it clocks you out. And you cannot stay. Remember when they talk about time management, they know you need a break. And they will say, wow, this person is not plugged in, so you don't have a break there. The system will detect a lot of things behind, and I believe Mr. Ashmore, as Oliver said, they've already thought of all of these things, people working from home now, hybrid workers, and already it is there.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Jeffrey, do you think there's anything left to be added to that, please?
Oh yeah, there's lots you can add.
It's always something.
Yeah, it depends on how where do you want to take it or what do you want to do with it. But I would simply add that is absolutely something that's going to happen. I mean, when you take the AI that we have in this, which is done now, OSTAF specifically uses the deep learning and machine learning in its AI to do these things. And if you go to the dashboard for OSTAF and you kind of drill down and go through the HR operations, then you get into what you're talking about. You're talking about shifts, you're talking about timing schedules, assets, projects, things like that, your holidays, all that stuff. But as soon as you log into the platform, the people that just spoke are absolutely correct, because bang, it's got you. It's locked in on you. It knows that you're logged in. It gets the exact time, the exact date. But not only that, we know, because we've heard Mr. Mufara talk about the incredible sensitivities of the system, in that it will not only look at you, but it's actually will grow smarter, and it'll start to, through the AI, it's going to become more emotionally intelligent, and it's going to clock, every keystroke. It's going to know exactly where you are and what's going on in the program. I mean, this thing is so doggone smart, and it's going to be so integrated into everything going on that you won't even have to worry about it. You won't even worry about logging on. You'll just automatically start working, and it'll take care of everything. And when you log off, it takes care of it all. So, man, this is great stuff.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Nadine said thank you, and that sounds like she is satisfied. So let's hear from Sister Helen. Sis, welcome.
Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. This is Helen. I'm calling from Maryland, USA. Yeah, I am really happy with the presentation and all. I've been listening from the beginning and the clarification of all staff. I'm really happy about it. I've gotten the insight of how it functions. Nadine kind of asked the question I had in mind, like in the health field. There's work, not just working from home, but the nurses have to go from house to house. How is all staff gonna be helpful with the home health care?
Okay. Jeffrey, do you want to go?
Absolutely. That's a no-brainer. It's a done deal. You guys are going to have, well, you guys, they're already doing it. They've got iPads, they got cell phones, they've got software on every doggone mobile app you can think of. So that, for instance, say I am a healthcare manager in a company that provides CNAs or nurses to go out to people's homes and to provide personal care. That CNA or that nurse or that healthcare professional can go to that person's house, pull out the cell phone, pull up the software, and it's also GPS driven. And we've talked about GPS and the power of GPS, and we've talked about isolating, geoconferencing, things like that. This technology is going to be brought right into this, so that when they show up and they try to log in, if they're not there and they try to log in, they're going to say, no, my GPS is showing that you're 5 miles from there, so let's try it again. I mean, that sort of thing. So absolutely, this is a no-brainer, and it's absolutely personal to the individual, and the technology is brought on almost any platform you can bring.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's wonderful.
Sis, are you satisfied?
Yeah, I am. I am. I know the system is already in motion here, because there's some software that is being used already. I asked the question so that those who don't know how it works,
Perfect.
they can do it with your cell phone. If you log in from your house, no way, you won't take it.
Perfect.
And if I could add one more thing to what you just said, a lot of the systems that are being used are proprietary. Companies have had people build those programs just for them, and they won't work outside of that. With us, universal web, it's good to go.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm about to sell it out there.
I don't know about others, but I think every day I keep discovering one new thing. Listening now, you just see what Mr. Ash Mufara means by 100% success, total solution, and everything, because there is an answer to every question. Thank you, guys. You are doing a wonderful job. I really appreciate that. I'm learning a lot.
One more thing, please.
Yes.
This is not a question, but I noticed something on Thursday. We were streaming on YouTube, and I was kind of reading comments from whoever was participating with us. There was some guy, and he mentioned, I'm saying that because John Barilla is in here. If he knows some magne, if he's a part of his team, that guy needs to be kicked out, because he has the most negative impression. They hadn't started the presentation, and he had so much negativity to talk about. And he's saying John Barilla is a fake, he's a scammer.
Oh,
maybe he knows him, so we track him down and deal with him. This is our company. We don't want negative people to destroy us before we get out there. Yeah.
Comfort, can I address that to everybody just briefly?
All right.
I had a conversation with a member, a founder, She's over in Australia last night, and she said, "Am I being negative or what?" And I plain speak right here, you know. And I went back and said, "Yeah, you're pretty negative, but that's okay because it's simply because you don't understand, right? You're drilling down to things that you do understand, and that's what you know, and that's what you see, and you don't like it. So we have people that are negative, but it doesn't mean that they're anti on passive. It means that what they're looking at is not providing them a personal opportunity to be positive because they're focusing on the negative. So if 90% of the time, what I find works is to start asking a couple of questions and then start pointing out the positives. And a lot of that has to do with stop drilling down to what you think should have happened and look at what's actually happening. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, I think John wants to say something. I've just asked to unmute.
Trying. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes, and I don't remember the exact person that we're talking about because there were more than one. I don't know any of them personally, but because I have, I don't want to talk about this too much because it's people that are somewhat organized, and I don't know exactly who we're talking about here. That's someone on passive because they may not be, and we're appearing to be by being on the thread the other night. But that doesn't matter because there were a lot of beyond negativity going on that thread, more than usual because of the special event that it was. I happen to know that there was definitely an organized effort for many of these so-called crusaders. So it's not necessarily founders. Maybe there might be one or two founders involved with these folks, but there are anti-MLM. They call themselves anti-MLM, and they're crusaders to stop people like us that are corrupt and crooked and scammer. So don't worry about that too much, because what I did in that thread was, rather than take them on and do the name calling back and forth, if you notice, what I said was, I would say to the folks on the thread, hey folks, these folks are here to troll our business. Let's drown them out with positive comments. Just what Jeffrey just said. It's the positivity was the way to battle that. But the individual you're talking about, I'm not sure which person that was. And I wouldn't know if they're really a founder or not. And if we get into trying to say they should be booted out, and well, there's probably a lot of people that could be technically booted out because there's a lot of us. And there's got to be a few people that are, not true to heart, not true to on passive. So whatever that was all about the other night, believe me, Ash and the people that are the leaders of our company, they know these people, they know what's happening, and they're paying attention. That's all I'm going to say. So we don't need to really put more negativity in those threads. Like I said, we just put, come on, folks, let's flood this with positive comments. And if you'll notice, those people disappeared after a while on that thread. So
thank you so much, John. I think I buy your position that we should all go positive and we drown the little minds and the little negativity. We are bigger than that.
That's the only way to battle them. Not to get in there and go back and forth with these people and feed on them, but just to say, you know what? Let's drown out their comments with positivity, and then you don't have to go back and forth with these folks, with these people. So.
Thank you. So we are now left. We have two last people on the screen. The first person to go now is Louis from New Mexico, I think. After which we'll close up with Ernest as the last speaker for today. We don't want to keep our leaders so much so that next time they'll be happy to come back. So Louis, are you there, please? Kindly unmute yourself. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, America.
Hi.
Good afternoon, Africa, and then good evening, the Asia or Middle East. Yeah, I see our products, very unique. But, during the lunch, what occurred to me during the lunch was, let's say, for instance, Microsoft, right? Or computers. Every company uses computers. So I was imagining, how are we going to make money with this product. Walmart, you know, Costco, these big companies, giant companies, you know, because this is a product that they can use. So I was, you know, how are they going to use? And you know, my brothers and sisters, you know, spoke about about Africa. Fantastic. You see, this is a product where anybody who comes across it knows that it is okay. Now, about the negative, this thing, you know, when people face competition, you understand, they go negative. But like we said, they'll be drawn out because they don't have the facts. So that is the way I'm seeing it. Are we personally going to contact companies and sell the idea to them, or on passive is going to, you know, roll out the program to these big companies so that we'll make more money? Thank you. I'm done.
Okay, thank you so much, bro. Thanks. Um, did was there any need for response? I don't think he just made a comment, right? If I understood him well, I'm not sure. Yes, please.
He was saying, how are we going to sell the products?
Oh, all right. Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah. He said because the company like Walmart, naming.
Oh, yeah.
So just
I
to
think he
add,
wanted to know how much he could wait. I think he wanted to know how we're going to earn from it too.
All right. Let Brother Collins go with how we are going to sell it, and let Jeffrey go with how we are going to earn.
Yeah.
Does that help?
Yeah. So he was talking about Walmart and all the big competition. So what I want to tell my brother Louis is that just have peace of mind, because when it comes to, you know, top-notch technology, you know, everybody needs it. Ask yourself, we have Samsung, we have Apple, we have different companies, and they are selling their products. The company I work for, just to give you peace of mind, we build software for Walmart. And Walmart has how many companies building software for them, because it's the biggest supermarket in this planet Earth. You know, so we have our market. Remember, we have the best technology, and they will need it. They will come to buy it. We don't need to do anything. One, the price, the technology. They will come for it. We will be the hunted. They will come. Don't worry, my brother. Forget about how we're going to sell it. The signal is already there. We are IT engineers. We are looking at our product and excited about what Unpassive is doing. You know, what we are building as an IT, we are building technology, software for company. Remember, I'm involved in software development. And if I tell you what these guys in Hyderabad are doing is top. Honestly, top. Sometimes even we ask ourselves, how are they doing it? You know, because most of my colleagues refuse to join Unpassive, not because they didn't believe in Unpassive. They said, yes, it is true, but the integration is impossible. That's what they first said. It's impossible for people, because we look at the time we are putting into build software, and we ask ourselves, integrating everything to one place driven by API driven and artificial intelligence. My brother, it's not easy. When you have that type of product, you will have customer.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Collins. There is a powerful support for you from the chat. Our sister Ma Rebecca says a good product like OSTAF is self-advertising. Thanks, sis, for that contribution. So let's hear from Jeffrey. How are we going to earn from all this?
Well, in order to do that, I'm going to have to back up, and thank you, Collins. Man, I appreciate you saying that, you know, because API and web apps and all that's not really my forte. But I'm going to tell you something. You're spot on. So let's back up a second and think about this. Now, Mr. Ash Mufar has been doing marketing for 25 years or 20 years. He's been doing it a long time. Really, really successful. This guy, I mean, he's no sloth, right? I mean, he is very successful. He's a brainiac. This is what he focuses on. This is what he does. The way that we're going to be marketing this is going to be an all or nothing. I mean, Ash doesn't mess around. When he does something, he does it right. So we're going to be going after this not only with analog, but with digital, meaning that if there's a magazine or a billboard out there, it's going to have Unpassive plastered all over it. If there's an app or a mobile device out there, it gets a signal, Wi-Fi, whatever, it's going to have passive, when they start this marketing machine, and that's exactly what it is. They got it planned. They know what's going on. They can turn it up or turn it down. They can adjust the flow on it as needed. It's going to do the whole on passive thing. That's one way we're going to do this, because when we really start the marketing and we really start to get into this launch, then what we're going to see is a global blanket of absolute, unless you're riding in the desert. I've said this before, if you're hiding under a rock, you might not see it, but you're going to see it regardless. Now, the way that we're going to make money on this, and the way that On Passive has got this thing kind of figured out, is that through this marketing, they're going to be bringing millions of people for whatever products. So, I mean, you might get somebody come in to On Passive because they like O Staff, or they may come into On Passive because they like the old tracker, or maybe they're a business owner and they just want the products to do their own business. Once that website is set up, On Passive now starts marketing, branding that person, right? If they become a reseller of On Passive's product, which is a no-brainer, now On Passive is also not only marketing for that person, for that business, branding that person, but now On Passive is also marketing everything in the product suite of On Passive. And it's going to be doing that for millions and millions of founders and customers. And for everything that comes through that marketing, we're going to get a piece of it. It's like Marty said a long time ago, when you walk into Walmart and you got 30 rows of registers, doesn't matter what they're buying. You're getting a piece of it, whatever it is. Same thing with us. So it's not just getting something and earning from most staff. It's earning from most staff and every other of the 50 or so departments that they're going to have. And these things add up and they start becoming a residual income for you. So you don't even have to worry about it. And there's other ways that we're going to earn through On Passive too. And that's through some of the physical products that they're doing. Some of these huge businesses. What would happen if you had a company come in that had 5 million, 1,500,000, a government come in, university, all these students, all these teachers, all these people that work for those places are now members of On Passive. And anything they use and or subscribe to, we get a piece of. So don't worry about what making money is, and don't worry about how it's being marketed. They've got it covered. Thank you.
Wow. I feel so blessed that I am part of this. That's just it. Thank you so much. Thank you. So let's hear from our brother Ernest. Oh yeah.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity. I know that On Passive is bringing all staff to really correct the corruption. The ingredient that On Passive is adding is just facial recognition, because I know people work at home, as Oliver was saying. There are people who have 3 jobs working at home. You open this laptop, you open that laptop, you open that other laptop. And for example, if my camera is not on now, you will not see me, but you will see me on the screen. And it's somebody that may be sitting here with Ernest's name. So the only ingredient that On Passive is bringing is that facial recognition. Well, when I was with Amazon, they said you can clock in if you are 100 meters around the company. People use the opportunity and clock in while they are still at home. And then they say again that if you can clock out from your phone, people jump out and clock out at any time. And there was no way. And after they discovered that people who are clocking in and out, they're not actually in the company. They stopped that. And then they brought in, they said, if you must be in front of the door before you can clock in, the camera will snap you before you can clock in. And then people still give badges. There's some people, I may be sitting here, and then somebody swapped in with my badge at work. It swapped in, shows that Ernest is present, and Ernest is somewhere else. You may be going to church late and then going to work late. So you decide to send your badge to your colleague. Your colleague go and swap for you. While you finish from church, go and join your colleague. But the facial recognition would not say, okay, if you are the one that has actually swapped in, let us see your face. You can take my badge, but you cannot take my face. When you talk about ghost workers, there are people in the United States here, and then there are salary workers in Cameroon. They're living on salary, and then they are on this they are studying here, doing other things. So I strongly believe that all staff is coming to correct when it comes with that facial recognition, because the more, for example, now at John Hopkins where I work, there are so many clocks in positions, but they say that if you are working in the lab, this is your own clock, and don't clock at the other one. We don't recognize you. You must come and clock here, and if you want to clock out, you must come and clock here. So don't enter at the door and you see a clock position and then you just swap your badge thinking that you are clocking. They will not accept it. So many devices are coming up, but I'm sure that OnPassive is the solution, because that facial recognition, if you are actually NS that are swapped in, let us see your face. Thank you.
Wow, Ernest, I don't know whether you read my mind. For some reason, these were a few last questions I was going to ask our leaders, and you just popped onto it. But I really do appreciate. Thank you so much, because you are a living testimony, and you are just confirming that we are different, right? I would still quickly want you guys, please, to add more for the sake of more clarification to our people, our dear founders in the house. Add more information about the integrated cameras and the the contactless facial recognition. Who wants to go first? I leave it off. Who wants to go first? Oh, I call names. Bro, okay, carry on, Jeffrey. Go.
No, I was going to ask you if you could just kind of clarify the question. I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, because he has talked more about the integrated camera and then about the contactless facial recognition. Could you throw more light to that? Because people really want to understand. That's why they're here. How
Absolutely.
Is it? Yeah, sure.
Absolutely. When we think of facial recognition, that engine is a part of the AI. It's integrated with several other components of the technology that make this work. You heard Ernest was talking about there's ways to fool the system, basically, is what he was saying. I loved when he said, hey, they can take my badge, but they can't take my face. I'm like, right, that's right. But it's not just facial recognition. It's also keystrokes, and it's also GPS, and it's also whatever other technologies are in there all working together. You're not going to be able to fool this thing. It's going to, if you go into it with the understanding or with a mindset that I'm going to try to fool it, it's going to know what you're trying to do. And founders don't do that, because I'm telling you, you're going to be found out and you're going to face the consequences of it. So just understand this thing is very, very secure. It uses several technologies along with the engine of facial recognition and other things that comprise the whole product. And that's a part of the beauty of what happens within OStaff, is because everything, like a neural net, is spread throughout, integrated seamlessly to work with the rest of the OnPassive products. So man, it's a beautiful thing.
Thank you so much. I think Jeffrey, I think you should know by now that when I want something, I go for it, right? So, and you are always very patient with me. So I'm asking up for the very last time, guys. Yesterday we heard on Thursday, Ash said, as of 2022, OStaff is worth about 20. I'm bad at figures. 20,000 million, I think.
Billion.
All right, sorry, that's me. So, Collins, what does this mean to us? After which, if Brother Oliver, you want to chip Jeffrey, and why not? Before we close, this is the last one now, I promise.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Comfort. Yes, when they talk about 20 billion, they're talking about the market cap for human resource software. It's not only OStaff. So when they look at the market cap, what is the worth of all human resource? Because that is a business. Remember, all the human resource software there is it's a business. And when you look at the market cap of that particular technology, it's 20 billion. Now we're talking about 20 billion. OStaff is coming as a major player. Just imagine if we take only 5 billion of that market cap or 2 billion of that market cap, what will happen to our bottom line? That's what Ash Mofara was looking and talking about that day. So when you're looking at it, we are coming as a major player of all of those human resource tools, which worth 20 billion. And we say we take 5 billion of it and we have lot of products. Just go to every product, all tracker, 2 billion, all this, 1 billion, all that. Put everything together, will dominate the world. will dominate the internet space. So I don't know if that answered the question.
No, I'm just red hot, guys. All right, brother Oliver, just kill me now. I'm ready to die. Go for it.
Remember what the CEO told us on Thursday? We are superior. We are superior. We are the game changer when it comes to technology. We are the superior, and we are going to own the internet space. There is no question about that. When you look at our products, you look at our technology, there is no company on this planet Earth that built their products from scratch with artificial intelligence. We have automation, we have integration, you know. There is no and our tech guys are on top of our game. Just look at all staff. Like Braconi just said, Jeffrey just said also, the market cap that is 19 billion. I don't think we are going to take only 2 billion or 5 billion. We are going to take about 9 or 10 billion for that. We are going to take about that amount of money because we are the superior. We are the game changer. You know, only all staff alone. Tell me which company will not take it, which CEO. When cost benefit analysis comes in, all the CEO want to take it because they have more than 5 applications that cost them too much money than to come and get one. Then with higher value and lesser cost, and it's unlimited. Tell me who CEO will not come and take any of our product, and all our products are almost the same like that. So
oh my God. Stop now. All right, thank you. Let's hear. I want Jeffrey to be the last. Once Jeffrey speaks on this topic, nobody comes in anymore. So Elena,
Elena hand is up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let her go now, please.
And I'm telling you what, you guys
No, not you yet, Jeffrey. You just want to be. Wait. Not you. Elena, go please.
Thank you. So when we're talking about market cap, we're talking in a very, very narrow look because we're only including those human resources platforms that are out there today. But when we integrate this with OConnect video conference cap, I mean, Zoom by itself, and he's not the only player out there, is worth, what is it, 40 billion, 60 billion today? So the numbers that were thrown out here are only based on the traditional market, the way we know it. This is going to make something way greater than way beyond our imagination. I mean, there's a reason for why Collins wants to jump out of the window here, right? In Zoom from excitement, and Oliver and Jeffrey. The numbers that are thrown out and the numbers that we can all Google as a market cap has nothing to do with what OnPassive has to offer to the world. This is a whole different ballgame, a whole new paradigm shift. So I'm very, very excited. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, sis. Thanks so much. That was powerful. And now Jeffrey speaks and nobody says anything anymore. Thank you.
First of all, I got to tell you, I love the way you do things. I remember interviewing with you, and man, you come up with some things where it takes me where nobody ever takes me, and it's great. So, Eleni, thank you. You guys, I mean, all of you, you're spot on. When we start talking about market caps, oh baby, and when you specifically zeroed in on HR, and this is the HR industry, we're saying right now it holds a market cap of about $20 billion, which simply means that all the programs and all the platforms out there running HR brings that amount of money into all the businesses. So we know that by 2025, that's probably going to go up to 24 billion. That is one market cap for one product, the OSTAF product. So when we unleash our OSTAF, it's like the guy said, and like everybody said, if we only get 2 billion of that, which I believe is going to be much more over time, that's a beautiful thing. But think about the other products, because we've got so many other products. And it's not just that we've got those products are seamlessly integrated to work with our other products and across platforms, right? So it's like Ernest and Oliver said, what CEO in his right mind, in her right mind, is going to take a look at this when it's going to cost them $300 or less, and say, no, I think I'll stick with what I got when it's costing me $5,000 a month to do this. And that's just for one of 3 or 4 products. And we got everything for one low subscription. So when we talk about market cap, that's what we're saying. We're saying, look at the convention. And that's another thing. Eleni brought it up. Conventionality, the conventional software, the conventional technology that's out there, we're going to blow that out of the water because this is brand new and cutting edge. Remember, a year and a half ago when we started this, they had to pull an all stop and said, the things that I want our techs in Hyderabad to do, they can't do because the technology is not there yet. So they said, not only that, but for us to do what we want them to do, we would have to go outside the company. We don't want to do that. So that's why they started creating their own stuff from scratch. And then on top of that, they had to have the AI. The AI had to go into integrate and automate because otherwise they would have to go out and bring in new companies. That's another reason why we are going to be so profitable because we're 100% debt free. We own everything. We created everything. It's all in one place. It's all under one roof. So when you start thinking about 50 or 60 departments, and we haven't even heard about the inventions that have come out, right? When you start thinking about each and every product that we've got and the market share for those, man, you're talking hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars worth of technology and market products for everything out there. And then just to kick this thing off, to get excited about when we do launch, we've got 1 million active, well, 1.2 million active founder accounts right now. That means that as of day one, we have the potential income of about almost $4 billion. So day one, we're already a unicorn company. Day one, we have a customer base of 1.2 million active founder accounts. Every one of those accounts paying every month the 250, the 300, whatever it is going to be. And you're going to start drawing profits from that. So think about this. This is huge. This is absolutely huge. And then when you consider the marketing on top of that, when it starts marketing millions and millions of websites and branding those websites, but we're now marketing that and we get a piece of everything that comes in through there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
This is breathtaking. You know what? Ernest and myself are planning to build a very good hospital down the village. I think listening to this, it's time, like Ash says, we are just going to reverse our dream and upgrade it. And guys, anyway, you all are invited, guys. So thank you. That was great, leaders. I just appreciate. Kindly have just go through the chats. There are wonderful messages there for every leader, and they are appreciating you. I will not go through to read them just to manage time, but please read. People are really appreciating all that you are doing here. I would quickly now on the we are concluding with these two. Where is Vincent? If you can just unmute yourself and say a word, after which our sister in the house, Sister Irene, you will unmute and then you close the meeting for us. I think I will give Sister Grace to, well, let the two speak and then we'll announce a few meetings and that will be it for today. So, Brother Vincent, please unmute yourself. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. It's a great opportunity today. And then I would like to say thanks to my brothers who are Collins, Oliver, Jeffrey, and Sister Nadine. They did a great job. So thanks for this good contribution. And myself on Tuesday, I had French webinar in Ivory Coast. And then I spoke about OSTAF to people over there. And then one of the guys, he said, oh, I'm an HR manager. You know what? I'm going to join on passive because this is OSTAF is amazing. And then on Thursday, they launched OSTAF. So it gave them a good opportunity as well. So, Vincent said it on Tuesday and Thursday, they launched OSTAF. So it's sure that what I say is a good and then it's true and then it's an amazing product. So also to add that it's not only maybe face recognition system for OSTAF, but we could also use maybe fingerprint system because rather than borrow someone, like Ernest said, someone can borrow your ID card, but we're using the fingerprint system also because we can use all the system, like Jeffrey said, but we can also add even fingerprint system because I cannot borrow Sister comfort fingerprint to go to the office and then swipe and so I'm in today. No. So all the system will integrate it to all staff. So thanks all the leaders, and then you well explain it to us. Then those people who didn't understand, the leaders are there, they will continue explaining to us. Thank you, and then have a wonderful weekend as well.
Okay, thanks so much. Sister I, please. Is she there? Okay. If while she's getting ready, hopefully she comes. We just want to remind you that our meeting for tomorrow, Founders Only webinar, is still going to hold, and at the same time, like every week. So everybody is invited. Come with questions. Come with founders who joined and abandoned and went away years back. That we are here and we are almost at the finishing point. So bring in all your founders tomorrow, and let's keep on keeping on doing what we like to do. So, Sister I can see that you are here, please. You can't talk.
Okay, I was trying to unmute and it wasn't going, so I didn't. Yeah, that was a great presentation this morning, and I heard all the questions. For those who were asking those questions, I don't think we know what we have. All staff is incredible. The fact that all the applications speak to each other is a big plus. And like our CEO said, we are here to correct the corruption. This is going to correct the corruption. So whether you are going for home health or you're going wherever, you sign into your computer, and you're going to sign in, and your computer has your camera, so it's going to recognize your face and it will let you in. If you stray away from it, it is going to let them know that you are not there. And for those who do not know, when you log off your computer and you're doing different things in your house and not on your computer, if your company hasn't said anything, it's just because they don't want to say anything. They know. Right. So this is even going to be more stricter than what we already have now. So I'm telling you, we have the best. Thank you all very much for demonstrating everything, talking about it, making some of us more aware, and we'll look forward to having it live.
Wow. Thank you. Thanks so much. Guys, all right. I know that if I don't get disorderly, then it was not me. For the last time now, Jim Bell, please. You just want to do something to get me smiling. Then we close this for the last time, please. Where's Jim? Jim Bell, are you there, please? I saw him. I saw him a second ago. Jim Bell, are you still in the house? All right. If we missed him today, next time he's definitely going to be back. Dear leaders, we really do appreciate. Thank you all for doing all you are doing. This is what you are doing here. Nobody can pay it with anything, with any amount of money. This is more humanitarian than anybody can ever think. Before we finally go to the fields to reach out to the poor, you are already doing awesome. Thank you. We appreciate you. Please come back again. Our people need you. We do need you. I personally need you. Thank you all. It's been a wonderful day. If I did not call your name, it did not mean I did not recognize you. We appreciate everybody and we love you all. This is Unpassive Family, and that's why we call you brother, sister. So you are all members of this family. Thank you guys and have a wonderful day. Thanks. So if you can unmute and say how you feel, just carry on now. Unmute yourself, guys, and say hi and while we log out. Thank you.
To win it.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. This was amazing.
We need
guys.
to win it.
Thank
We are
you.
in need to win it.
Fired up. So win it.
Thank you.
Blessings to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.